Iraqi Dinar Revaluation. A new era for Iraq's currency? Welcome to your trusted source for grounded insights on the Iraqi Dinar RV. Today's report could mark a pivotal moment in Iraq's economic evolution, one that may have far-reaching effects for current and potential dinar holders. For years, speculation has surrounded the potential revaluation (RV) of the Iraqi dinar (IQD). Many have viewed it with skepticism, while others have held steadfastly, waiting for economic and political shifts that might justify a change in the currency's value. Now, a combination of domestic progress and international recognition suggests that moment may be approaching. Strengthening fundamentals. The role of RIAR. One of the most telling indicators that Iraq is positioning its economy for a broader role on the global stage is its focus on the real effective exchange rate, RER. Unlike the nominal exchange rate, which simply compares a currency's value against another, RER adjusts for inflation and evaluates competitiveness across a basket of currencies. It is a more accurate reflection of a country's economic strength and trade balance. Recent publications from the Central Bank of Iraq indicate that based on RER calculations, the dinar is undervalued. This is not a casual observation. It suggests that Iraq's economy is stronger than its currency reflects, which is often a precursor to revaluation. A rising RER typically signals improved economic conditions, greater export competitiveness, and stronger international trade standing. By sharing RER data publicly, the CBI isn't just crunching numbers, they're sending a message. Iraq is signaling transparency, confidence, and a desire to be seen as a stable and reliable player in global finance. These steps often precede larger policy shifts aimed at aligning with international monetary standards. WTO's growing interest in Iraq. Equally noteworthy is the increasing engagement of the World Trade Organization WTO in Iraq's economic developments. The WTO generally refrains from involving itself directly in a nation's currency affairs, so its attention is a significant signal. This growing relationship suggests Iraq is being viewed as a candidate for deeper integration into global trade frameworks. The WTO's involvement implies rising confidence in Iraq's fiscal and trade policies. It reflects an expectation of continuity, reform, and commitment to aligning with international norms, an essential requirement for any nation looking to strengthen its currency's global standing. The WTO's support also places greater accountability on Iraq's monetary policymakers, which could reinforce investor trust. Conditions aligning for a revaluation. The question on many investors' minds remains: is a revaluation of the Iraqi dinar truly on the horizon? Unlike previous years, when such hopes were mostly speculative, current indicators, both technical and institutional, are aligning in a new way. A rising RER, improving inflation controls, the CBI's public disclosures, and the WTO's engagement collectively suggest more than optimism. They suggest intentional economic restructuring. A currency revaluation is not a decision made lightly. It represents a formal upward revision of the official exchange rate and typically signals improved fundamentals, economic reforms, and rising global confidence. If Iraq maintains its current economic trajectory, bolstering foreign currency reserves, curbing inflation, and enacting transparent governance, the possibility of a significant dinar revaluation becomes far more tangible. The investor angle. What it means for IQD holders. For those currently holding Iraqi dinar, the implications of a revaluation are enormous, especially if it occurs without a redenomination, which typically involves removing zeros from the currency and issuing new notes. Let's say you're holding a 10,000 IQD note currently valued at approximately $7 USDT. If the dinar's exchange rate were adjusted upward, The same note could potentially be worth $30, $50, or even more, depending on the extent of the revaluation. That kind of return isn't based on rumor alone. It's mathematically feasible if the right economic and geopolitical conditions fall into place. Importantly, the CBI has not signaled a desire to pursue a redenomination, such as Turkey's or Brazil's delete the zeros approach. Instead, their strategy appears focused on enhancing the dinar's strength and credibility without replacing existing currency, which would benefit existing holders directly. Inflation under control, a key prerequisite. Historically, one of Iraq's biggest economic hurdles has been inflation. War, sanctions, and governance challenges distorted financial metrics and weakened the currency's value. However, recent years have seen a shift. Oil revenues remain strong, and the Iraqi government has taken visible steps to strengthen monetary policy and implement fiscal discipline. Inflation in several sectors has stabilized, and macroeconomic data increasingly points to a country moving in the right direction. When inflation is contained, purchasing power increases, making the currency more attractive to both citizens and foreign investors. This control over inflation is a major reason the RREER is improving, and why the timing may be ideal for Iraq to reposition its currency on the global stage. Oil revenue, Iraq's economic engine. Let's not forget Iraq's most powerful economic asset: oil. Iraq is one of the largest oil producers in the world, and as long as global prices remain relatively high, the country enjoys a consistent stream of foreign income. These revenues are being used to fund public projects, pay down debt, and support infrastructure, all of which feed into a stronger economic foundation. When a nation builds substantial foreign reserves through high-volume, high-margin exports like oil, it gains leverage in monetary policy. Iraq is now in a position to support a stronger currency, backed not by speculation, but by real, hard-earned revenue. Preparing for a quiet shift. Financial transformations don't always come with dramatic announcements. Often, the signs appear gradually, noticed first by those paying close attention. Today, those signs are stacking up. Better trade figures, stronger central bank communications, increased international collaboration, and improving fundamentals. That's why preparation is key. Smart investors don't wait for official declarations. They monitor trends, analyze signals, and act ahead of the curve. If you're holding IQD, now is the time to ensure your holdings are safe and accessible. Know how much you own, where it's stored, and under what terms, especially if acquired through brokers or investment platforms. Consider speaking with a financial advisor familiar with emerging markets and global currencies. They can help you understand your exposure, diversify your strategy, and plan for potential liquidity events. Final thoughts, beyond speculation. What we're witnessing isn't just chatter. It's a data-supported transformation. The Central Bank of Iraq is increasing transparency by sharing RREER data. The WTO is tracking Iraq's integration into the global economic system. Inflation is under control. Oil revenues are strong. And investor sentiment is growing cautiously optimistic. All of these signals point to an Iraq that's not just rebuilding, but redefining its place in the world economy. Whether a revaluation happens next month, next quarter, or next year, the groundwork is being laid. And those who stay informed and ready stand to benefit the most. So as we continue watching the dinar's progress, one principle stands above all. Preparedness leads to opportunity. The era of passive waiting is over. Now is the time to engage with knowledge, strategy, and clarity.